Ladies and gentlemen, today, I want to share with you a simple truth, one that can change the way you see the world, your work, and your future. It is this: believe in innovation. Innovation is not just about creating new things. It's about daring to think differently when the world tells you to follow the old path. It's about having the courage to face failure, to fail often, and to fail fast. Because every failure is not a loss, it's a lesson, a step forward. You believe that what seems impossible today can become the reality of tomorrow. It's the fuel that drives progress and pushes humanity forward. Without innovation, we are stuck in the past, repeating the same mistakes, unable to grow. But here's the challenge: innovation is not always easy. The world will resist you. People will doubt your ideas. They will say it won't work or you're crazy. But if you listen to every voice of doubt, you will never make a difference. Believe in innovation means you must be willing to break rules, to question everything, and to look at the world with fresh eyes. You must not fear being misunderstood or criticized. Instead, welcome those moments. They mean you are on the edge of something new. Remember, innovation is powered by people. It's powered by you. No technology, no invention, no breakthrough can succeed without the belief and passion of the person behind it. So, cultivate your curiosity, challenge your limits, and never stop learning. Innovation is not just for the geniuses or the elites, it's for everyone who chooses to see opportunity where others see obstacles. It's for the dreamers, the doers, and the believers. So my friends, believe innovation with all your heart. Embrace it in your work, your life, and your dreams. Because when you believe, you will create. And when you create, you change the world. Thank you. No technology, no invention, no breakthrough can succeed without the belief and passion of the person behind it. So, cultivate your curiosity, challenge your limits, and never stop learning. Innovation is not just for the geniuses or the elites, it's for everyone who chooses to see opportunity where others see obstacles. It's for the dreamers, the doers, and the believers. So my friends, believe innovation with all your heart. Embrace it in your work, your life, and your dreams. Because when you believe, you will create. And when you create, you change the world. Thank you. Pioneers don't wait for permission or for the perfect conditions. They move forward despite doubts and challenges. They know that innovation rarely happens in a straight line. It is messy, complicated, and full of setbacks. But they embrace the messiness because they understand that each setback brings them closer to a breakthrough. This mindset requires strength. You will face criticism, skepticism, and sometimes even hostility. People resist change because it threatens their comfort zones and the familiar order. They might laugh at your ideas, dismiss your vision, or discourage you by pointing out every reason why your different thinking won't work. But those who dare to think differently learn to listen without being deterred. They filter the noise, hold on to their conviction, and use doubt as fuel to refine their ideas. History is full of examples where daring to think differently changed the world. When others saw barriers, innovators saw opportunities. When the world said no, they said why not? This is the essence of progress. It doesn't come from following the path laid out by others, but from carving new paths that others didn't see or didn't dare to take. To think differently, you need to nurture your curiosity. Curiosity pushes you to ask questions beyond the obvious, to dig deeper, and to seek understanding in places others overlook. It opens your mind to possibilities that defy conventional logic. It allows you to connect the dots between seemingly unrelated ideas and to invent solutions that surprise even yourself. Innovation is not just about ideas, it is about action. Daring to think differently means being willing to try your ideas in the real world. It means experimenting, testing, and iterating. It means accepting that your first idea may fail and your second, and even your third. But with each attempt you learn, you improve. You get closer to the innovation that can change everything. This process demands patience and persistence. The world is not always ready for new ideas. Sometimes you will be ahead of your time, and your vision will only be understood years later. But daring to think differently is a long game. It requires you to keep your eyes on the horizon and to believe in the value of your vision, even when immediate results are not visible. Another important part of daring to think differently is embracing diversity, not just of people, but of perspectives, experiences, and disciplines. Innovation thrives in environments where different voices come together, challenge each other, and collaborate. When you surround yourself with those who think differently from you, you expand your own thinking. You discover blind spots and uncover new insights. This openness to diverse ideas is essential because no one person has all the answers. At its core, daring to think differently is about mindset more than skill. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room or have the most resources. You need to believe that new solutions are possible, even when they seem unlikely. You need to cultivate resilience so that setbacks don't crush your spirit but instead strengthen your resolve. You need to be willing to be uncomfortable because growth happens outside of comfort zones. This mindset transforms not only how you approach problems, but how you see yourself. It empowers you to become a creator, a change maker, and a leader in your own right. It shifts your role from a passive observer of life to an active participant in shaping the future. And it sets in motion a cycle where every small act of different thinking opens the door for others to do the same. Daring to think differently also means challenging your own limits and biases. Sometimes the biggest barriers to innovation are the walls we build in our own minds. These walls come from habits, fears, and the need for certainty. By recognizing and breaking down these mental barriers, you expand the realm of what is possible. You allow yourself to explore new ways of thinking, new approaches, and new visions. In practice, daring to think differently can take many forms. It might be as simple as asking why more often, or as bold as launching a completely new business model that disrupts an entire industry. It might mean inventing a product that solves a problem no one else has solved, or creating a culture that encourages risk-taking and learning. Whatever the form, it starts with the decision to refuse complacency and to seek better ways. When you commit to daring to think differently, you also commit to continuous learning. The world is changing faster than ever, and yesterday's solutions won't solve tomorrow's problems. To stay ahead, you must keep evolving, keep questioning, and keep experimenting. This continuous cycle of learning and adapting is the lifeblood of innovation. Daring to think differently is ultimately a mindset of hope and possibility. It's a belief that no matter how difficult the challenge, there is a solution waiting to be discovered. It's the courage to face uncertainty with confidence and the persistence to keep pushing forward despite setbacks. Every great innovation started as a single different thought and idea that someone dared to believe in when no one else did. That thought, nurtured by courage and curiosity, grew into something powerful enough to change industries, societies, and lives. When you choose to dare to think differently, you step into the role of the innovator, the person who is not satisfied with the way things are, but is driven by the vision of what could be. You become part of a timeless tradition of change makers who have shaped human history by daring to imagine a different world and working tirelessly to bring it to life. Believing in possibility is one of the most powerful attitudes anyone can adopt. It is the foundation upon which dreams are built and the engine that drives progress. When you truly believe in possibility, you open your mind to opportunities that others overlook. You see potential where others see limits, and you cultivate hope in the face of challenges that seem insurmountable. This belief transforms how you approach life, work, and every problem you encounter because it shifts your focus from obstacles to opportunities, from fear to courage, and from doubt to confidence. Possibility is the canvas on which innovation and creativity are painted. It invites you to imagine what could be rather than what is, to stretch beyond the boundaries of the familiar and explore new horizons. Without belief in possibility, the world becomes a cage that confines your thinking, traps you in the past, and forces you to accept things as they are. But with that belief, you empower yourself to envision a future shaped by your own ideas, efforts, and courage. To believe in possibility means to believe that change is not only necessary but achievable. It means understanding that no matter how difficult the situation, there is always a way forward if you are willing to seek it. This belief fuels resilience, because when you are convinced that something better can exist, setbacks become temporary roadblocks rather than permanent barriers. It motivates you to keep moving, keep experimenting, and keep learning, even when progress is slow or uncertain. Believing in possibility also requires you to let go of limiting beliefs, those negative ideas you may have about yourself, others, or the world. These beliefs are like chains that hold you back from exploring your true potential. They whisper doubts and fears, telling you that success is for others, not for you. But when you challenge those limiting beliefs and replace them with a mindset of possibility, you create space for growth, innovation, and achievement. This belief does not mean ignoring reality or pretending that challenges do not exist. Instead, it means facing reality with a mindset that says, yes, this is difficult, but what can I do to make it better? It means being a problem solver rather than a victim. It means taking responsibility for your own future and refusing to be held hostage by circumstances beyond your control. History is full of examples where belief in possibility transformed the world. Great discoveries, inventions, and movements all started with someone daring to believe that a better future was possible. They believed when no one else did. They persisted through criticism and failure because their faith in possibility was stronger than their fear of defeat. Their stories remind us that what we see as impossible today can become tomorrow's reality if we choose to believe. Believing in possibility is not only about grand achievements. It is also about the everyday choices we make. It's about believing in the potential of a new idea, the growth of a team, or the impact of a small act of kindness. It is about seeing the good in people and trusting that with the right effort and mindset, challenges can be overcome. This belief creates a ripple effect that inspires others to believe as well, and together, collective belief in possibility can lead to extraordinary change. This belief also nurtures optimism, but it is not blind optimism. It is an informed optimism grounded in action. It recognizes challenges and obstacles but focuses energy on solutions rather than problems. It encourages taking risks and learning from failures because each attempt brings you closer to success. When you believe in possibility, you understand that progress is a journey, often filled with twists and turns, but the destination is worth pursuing. Believing in possibility pushes you to think beyond conventional limits. It invites you to question norms, challenge traditions, and explore new ways of doing things. It encourages creativity and innovation because when you believe something is possible, you start asking how to make it happen instead of why it can't. This mindset fosters experimentation and a willingness to try new approaches even if they seem uncertain at first. To cultivate this belief, you must surround yourself with influences that support and encourage it. Seek out people who inspire you, who have achieved what you aspire to, and who believe in growth and change. Their stories and attitudes can reinforce your own belief in possibility. Conversely, it's important to distance yourself from negativity and skepticism that can erode your confidence and dampen your enthusiasm. Believing in possibility also means having patience. Change and innovation rarely happen overnight. Sometimes progress is slow and requires sustained effort over time. But when you maintain your belief, you keep your vision alive and your motivation strong. This patience is a form of faith, a trust that your efforts will bear fruit even if the results are not immediately visible. This belief helps you navigate uncertainty with greater confidence. In a rapidly changing world, uncertainty is constant. Believing in possibility means accepting uncertainty as part of the journey rather than a reason to stop. It encourages flexibility and adaptability because when you believe better outcomes are possible, you are willing to adjust your path and try new strategies as needed. Belief in possibility also transforms leadership. Leaders who hold this belief inspire their teams to aim higher, to innovate, and to persist. They create cultures where ideas are valued, risks are encouraged, and failures are seen as opportunities for learning. This kind of leadership unlocks human potential and drives collective success in personal life. Believing in possibility empowers you to pursue your passions and dreams. It fuels ambition and gives you the strength to overcome fears and doubts. It helps you see setbacks as temporary and motivates you to keep pushing forward. This belief enriches your sense of purpose and gives meaning to your efforts. At its core, believing in possibility is about hope. It is a belief in the potential for a better tomorrow and the power within yourself and others to create it. This hope is not passive, it is active and transformative. It moves you to act, to dream, and to persevere. Every achievement begins with a belief that it is possible. That belief inspires action, drives innovation, and shapes reality. When you believe in possibility, you become an architect of the future rather than a spectator of the present. You embrace challenges as opportunities to grow and improve. You open doors for yourself and others to create meaningful change and lasting impact. This belief is a mindset that anyone can cultivate. It starts with a willingness to dream beyond current circumstances, to question limitations, and to take bold steps toward the unknown. It grows stronger through experience, learning, and reflection. And it becomes a guiding force that shapes every decision, every effort, and every vision. Believing in possibility does not guarantee easy success, but it guarantees that you will never be stopped by fear or doubt. It empowers you to take risks, to innovate, and to pursue your goals with passion and perseverance. It turns challenges into stepping stones and obstacles into opportunities. Ultimately, believing in possibility changes how you see the world and your place in it. It transforms problems into puzzles waiting to be solved, failures into lessons, and dreams into plans. This belief ignites creativity, fosters resilience, and inspires action. It unlocks potential and fuels progress in ways that conventional thinking cannot. When you hold this belief deeply, you become a catalyst for change. You inspire others to believe alongside you and create a ripple effect that can transform communities, industries, and societies. Believing in possibility is not just a mindset, it is a movement, one that encourages innovation, growth, and hope for a better future. This belief invites you to boldly, to take chances, and to keep moving forward even when the path is uncertain. It encourages you to embrace challenges and see them as opportunities to grow stronger and wiser. It reminds you that no matter how difficult things may seem, better days are possible if you believe in them and work to make them real. Believing in possibility fuels ambition and creativity. It empowers you to break free from the limits of fear and doubt. It inspires you to dream big, act boldly, and persist relentlessly. With this belief, you see every moment as an opportunity to create, to improve, and to transform. In embracing belief in possibility, You choose a mindset that leads to action, innovation, and hope. It is the starting point for every journey of growth and change. And it is the power that turns vision into reality. Embracing doubt and resistance is one of the most important skills for anyone who wants to innovate, lead, or create meaningful change. Doubt and resistance are natural parts of any journey that involves trying something new or stepping beyond familiar boundaries. Instead of seeing them as obstacles to avoid or signs of failure, those who succeed learn to welcome doubt and resistance as indicators that they are on the right path and opportunities for growth and learning. To embrace doubt and resistance means to shift your perspective, to develop resilience, and to harness these forces as fuel for progress rather than letting them stop you. Doubt often creeps in when we venture into the unknown or attempt to break new ground. It can arise from internal insecurities, fears, or uncertainty about the future. Resistance often comes from the outside, from people who feel threatened by change, from systems built to maintain the status quo, or from practical challenges that test your resolve. Both doubt and resistance can feel uncomfortable and even discouraging, but they are also signs that you are pushing against limits and challenging existing norms. This discomfort is not a signal to retreat, but an invitation to grow stronger and more determined. When you embrace doubt, you learn to use it constructively. Doubt can sharpen your thinking by forcing you to question assumptions, test ideas more rigorously, and prepare better for challenges. It keeps you humble and open to feedback, which are essential qualities for innovation and leadership. Instead of ignoring or suppressing doubt, you acknowledge it, analyze it, and let it guide you to improve your approach. This turns doubt into a tool for refinement and progress rather than a barrier to action. Similarly, embracing resistance means recognizing it as a natural reaction to change rather than a personal attack or a reason to give up. Resistance often comes from fear of losing control, fear of the unknown, or fear of failure. When you understand the root causes of resistance, you can respond with empathy and strategic thinking. You learn to communicate your vision clearly, to build alliances, and to address concerns in ways that reduce resistance and create support. This approach transforms resistance from an enemy into a partner in the process of change. Resistance and doubt are also tests of your commitment and passion. They separate those who are truly dedicated from those who give up at the first sign of difficulty. Embracing these challenges means developing resilience, the ability to recover from setbacks, to keep going despite obstacles, and to maintain belief in your vision even when others doubt it. Resilience is not something you are born with. It is cultivated through experience, mindset, and intentional effort. By facing doubt and resistance head-on, you build this resilience and increase your chances of success. Learning to embrace doubt and resistance also requires patience. Change rarely happens quickly or smoothly. Often, the most innovative ideas take time to gain acceptance and to prove their value. During this time, doubt can feel overwhelming and resistance can seem relentless. But those who persist understand that these are part of the natural process of transformation. They keep their eyes on the bigger picture and remind themselves why their work matters. This long-term perspective helps them weather storms and maintain motivation. Embracing doubt and resistance also means cultivating a growth mindset, the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. This mindset encourages you to see challenges as opportunities to learn rather than threats to your identity or self-worth. When you have a growth mindset, doubt becomes a signal to ask better questions, and resistance becomes a challenge to find new solutions. This mindset shifts your relationship with difficulty from one of fear to one of curiosity and determination. In practice, embracing doubt and resistance can look like seeking out honest feedback, even when it is uncomfortable. It means not shying away from difficult conversations or criticisms, but engaging with them openly and constructively. It means being willing to pivot or adapt your ideas based on new information without losing sight of your ultimate goals. This flexibility is a key ingredient of innovation and effective leadership. It also means preparing yourself mentally and emotionally for the ups and downs of any ambitious endeavor. Success is rarely a straight line. It is a winding path full of unexpected twists. By embracing doubt and resistance, you build mental toughness and emotional intelligence that help you navigate these twists with grace and confidence. You learn to stay calm under pressure and to approach problems with a clear and focused mind. Another important aspect of embracing doubt and resistance is understanding the role of failure. Failure is often the most visible form of resistance, a clear sign that something did not work as planned. But failure is not the end. It is a critical part of the learning process. When you embrace failure as feedback rather than defeat, you reduce the fear associated with doubt and resistance. You become willing to take calculated risks and to experiment with new ideas. This willingness to fail forward is essential for breakthrough innovation. Embracing doubt and resistance also involves building a support system. Surrounding yourself with people who believe in your vision, who challenge you constructively, and who offer encouragement during difficult times makes a significant difference. These relationships provide perspective, motivation, and practical help. They remind you that you are not alone in facing doubt and resistance, and that together, challenges can be overcome more easily in leadership. Embracing doubt and resistance means creating a culture where questioning and critical thinking are encouraged rather than suppressed. Leaders who welcome diverse opinions and constructive criticism build stronger teams and more resilient organizations. They understand that resistance is often a signal that more communication, education, or collaboration is needed. By addressing resistance openly, they build trust and foster innovation. Embracing doubt and resistance also requires self-awareness. Recognizing your own fears and insecurities allows you to manage them better and prevents them from undermining your efforts. Mindfulness and reflection are powerful tools for developing this awareness. They help you pause before reacting to doubt or resistance and choose a thoughtful response. This intentionality increases your effectiveness and reduces the emotional toll of challenges. The ability to embrace doubt and resistance grows with experience. Each time you face skepticism or opposition and move forward anyway, you become stronger and more confident. Over time, what once felt threatening becomes familiar and manageable. This growth builds momentum and reinforces your belief in your vision when you embrace doubt and resistance. You also inspire others. Your willingness to face challenges head-on sets an example and encourages others to do the same. It creates a culture of courage and resilience that can transform organizations and communities. People are drawn to leaders and innovators who do not shy away from difficulties but use them as stepping stones to success. This mindset also encourages humility. Embracing doubt means admitting that you don't have all the answers and being open to learning from others. It breaks down ego and creates space for collaboration and collective intelligence. This humility strengthens your ability to innovate and adapt in a complex world. Embracing resistance means understanding that change is rarely comfortable or easy. It requires patience and persistence. It means being willing to have difficult conversations and to push through discomfort for the sake of progress. This willingness sets apart those who achieve lasting impact from those who settle for the status quo. In the end, doubt and resistance are not enemies. They are natural parts of any meaningful journey. When you embrace them, you transform these challenges into sources of strength and insight. You develop resilience, creativity, and leadership qualities that enable you to turn vision into reality. This mindset is essential for anyone who wants to innovate, lead, and make a difference in the world. Curiosity is the secret engine behind every great innovation. It is the spark that ignites creativity and the fuel that keeps the fire of discovery burning strong. Without curiosity, innovation becomes mechanical and lifeless, limited to repeating what has already been done. But when curiosity leads the way, it pushes boundaries, opens new doors, and challenges conventional thinking. To fuel innovation with curiosity means to nurture an endless hunger for knowledge, to question everything with genuine interest, and to explore possibilities beyond the obvious. Curiosity is more than just a desire to know facts or gather information. It is a mindset, a way of approaching the world with wonder and an eagerness to learn. Curious minds are restless. They don't settle for surface-level answers, but dig deeper to understand the why and how behind everything. This deep engagement with the world around you is essential for innovation because it allows you to see connections and patterns others might miss. Curiosity makes you open to new experiences, different perspectives, and unexpected insights. When you fuel innovation with curiosity, you embrace uncertainty as an invitation rather than a threat. Curiosity encourages you to ask questions that don't have immediate answers and to explore paths that are not yet paved. This openness to uncertainty and complexity is what leads to breakthrough ideas. Instead of fearing what you don't know, you see it as an opportunity to discover something valuable and new. This mindset helps overcome the fear of failure that often blocks innovation. Because curiosity values learning and exploration over immediate success, curiosity also fosters creativity by encouraging experimentation. When you are curious, you are more. Curiosity encourages you to ask questions that don't have immediate answers and to explore paths that are not yet paved. This openness to uncertainty and complexity is what leads to breakthrough ideas. Instead of fearing what you don't know, you see it as an opportunity to discover something valuable and new. This mindset helps overcome the fear of failure that often blocks innovation. Because curiosity values learning and exploration over immediate success, curiosity also fosters creativity by encouraging experimentation. When you are curious, you are more. And expertise, you create an environment where knowledge flows freely and diverse perspectives are valued. Innovation rarely happens in isolation. It is the product of collective intelligence. Curiosity opens the door to meaningful conversations and partnerships that enrich your thinking and expand your creative potential. It encourages humility because curious people recognize that they don't have all the answers and that others can contribute valuable insights. To fuel innovation with curiosity, you must cultivate habits that nurture your inquisitive nature. This can include reading widely, asking open-ended questions, seeking out new experiences, and dedicating time to reflection. Curiosity requires time and space to flourish. Rushing through tasks or sticking strictly to routines can dull this vital instinct. Creating an environment that encourages questioning and exploration, whether in your personal life, workplace, or community, can help sustain a curious mindset and keep innovation alive. Curiosity also thrives on diversity of thought. Exposure to different cultures, disciplines, and ways of thinking challenges your assumptions and expands your mental models. When you encounter new ideas that don't fit your existing frameworks, your curiosity is triggered to understand and integrate them. This cross-pollination of ideas is a powerful driver of innovation because it generates fresh perspectives and novel solutions. It reminds us that curiosity is not just about accumulating information, but about connecting dots in unexpected ways. Embracing curiosity means accepting that you will often face ambiguity and complexity. It requires patience and perseverance because the path of discovery is rarely straightforward. You may encounter dead ends or conflicting information, but curiosity keeps you moving forward with a mindset of exploration rather than frustration. This resilience is essential for innovation because the process of turning curiosity into breakthrough ideas involves trial and error, learning from mistakes, and continuous improvement. In addition to fueling innovation on an individual level, curiosity can transform organizational culture. Companies and teams that prioritize curiosity create environments where employees feel safe to ask questions, challenge assumptions, and propose new ideas. This psychological safety encourages experimentation and reduces the fear of failure, both of which are critical for innovation. Leaders who model curiosity by remaining open-minded and asking thoughtful questions inspire others to do the same, creating a cycle of continuous learning and innovation. Curiosity also plays a critical role in customer-centric innovation. By being curious about your customers' needs, behaviors, and experiences, you gain deeper insights that lead to better products and services. Curiosity drives empathy, allowing you to put yourself in others' shoes and uncover unmet needs or pain points that others might overlook. This understanding is essential for creating innovations that truly resonate and add value. It moves innovation beyond technology or features to focus on meaningful impact. To fuel innovation with curiosity, you must also be willing to challenge your own biases and assumptions. Everyone has mental shortcuts and preconceived notions that shape how they interpret the world. Curiosity invites you to question these internal filters and seek evidence that might contradict your beliefs. This openness to being wrong is uncomfortable but necessary for true innovation. It prevents stagnation and encourages continuous evolution of ideas and approaches. Curiosity also enhances problem solving by broadening the scope of inquiry. Instead of jumping to quick conclusions or sticking to familiar solutions, curious innovators explore multiple angles and consider a wide range of possibilities. This thorough exploration increases the chances of discovering breakthrough solutions that others miss. It also helps avoid blind spots and unintended consequences by encouraging a holistic view of problems. Another important aspect of fueling innovation with curiosity is maintaining a beginner's mindset. This means approaching situations as if you are seeing them for the first time, without the bias of experience or expertise. A beginner's mindset keeps curiosity alive by preventing complacency and encouraging constant questioning. It reminds you that no matter how much you know, there is always more to learn and new ways to improve. Curiosity also helps overcome inertia, which is one of the biggest enemies of innovation. Inertia is the tendency to stick with familiar habits and processes because they are comfortable and predictable. Curiosity disrupts inertia by constantly pushing you to explore alternatives and ask what-if questions. It breaks the cycle of doing things the same way and opens the door to transformation and growth in the fast-paced world of today, where technology and markets change rapidly. Curiosity is a competitive advantage. Those who maintain curiosity are better equipped to anticipate change, adapt quickly, and seize new opportunities. Curiosity makes innovation proactive rather than reactive. It encourages you to look ahead, to question assumptions about the future, and to prepare for possibilities that others might miss. On a personal level, fueling innovation with curiosity enriches your life beyond professional success.